as of right now, yeah, you're clear.
Because I'm a stoic. I'm gonna practice being a stoic, dude. Like just so still and stoical. Oh, we started this bitch? Yes, we have. You can't do that to me. Hello, everybody. This is how this is how Gibby G rolls. He just starts shit without saying, "Hey, we're on." This is how he rolls.
I'm a
This is like
provocator. I'm a provocator. That's what I do.
Oh, you know what you do? You impoverish my soul, dude. You impoverish my soul.
Is that a compliment?
Yes.
Let's go. Gang,
Yes,
gang,
it
Bubbles
is.
is here. What up, Bubbles?
Ganga.
Gang, gang.
I can't even move, Bubbles. We have tech issues and I can't even move. I have to be stoic. A stoic, Bubbles. So when I say Bubbles, I have to say very still Bubbles. Like that. I can't be me with these technical limitations. How could I be me if I can't even move?
You can move. Please move. Please move. Let me ask
All
you
these
something.
This
technical bullshit.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something. Do you think it's a good thing, a blessing, or a curse? Our ability to just pull content out of our asses.
It's, dude, without making a deal about it, you know I'm gonna wax a little poetic here. Since you opened up the can of worms, Pandora's box.
I like worms.
Dude, ever since you came back into my life, it's been a cursed blessing. A cursed blessing.
Elaborate.
Well, I feel that your expectations of me, especially me being 30 years your senior, maybe even more, 35 years your senior, is a little bit too much. It's too much. I can't keep up. You're a young man with a lot of gusto, a little spunk, a lot of spunk. I used to have those things.
You heard it here
right?
first,
I used to
guys.
have those things.
Bibby and Bays, whole lot of spunk.
You have a lot of spunk at your disposal, a lot of gusto.
Mm.
You have the wherewithal.
Right.
You have the wherewithal. Guys, let me tell you something. Bubbles, are you the only one? Oh, these young whippersnappers. So if Bubbles is the only one, how many people do we have on in your analytics? You have screens up, like 400 million?
I have screens. Just the 4 tonight. 4 screens tonight. We've got 4 billion.
Damn.
Oh,
Damn.
yeah.
What was I saying? So, folks, before we went live, I asked G a question, and my God, he went on for 15 minutes, and I was like, oh, Jesus.
It's because I was trying to answer you whilst also addressing screens.
Like when I do this, do I get highly, like, you know what I'm saying? Do I get all, like right now when I'm doing this, does it get a little, you know? Or should I go in, slow motion, look.
At the moment, you're, I'd say a solid 5, right in the middle. Right in the middle. But you were even when you were sitting still. So just keep doing your thing.
God damn it.
You're good right now?
I feel like flinging this laptop out the window. Like right now. And I want to go with it. I want it to take me too.
Do you think Jesus would be there to catch it?
If you say it correctly, he might be. Jesus, you mean?
Jesus. Or rather,
that's
Yahweh.
What we call it in the hood.
Yahweh?
Yeah. Dude, these podcasts, look, everybody, I have news. Gibby won't break it to you. I'll break it to you.
You got news? We've got news. Dang.
Gibby replaced me, folks, this past week. He basically gave me my walking papers. And he said in no uncertain terms that he wants a younger partner. And I brought up Sergio. You all know Sergio, but he's not that much younger. Sergio's just a few years younger. So Gibby's going to see like it's not going to make any difference. This will be my last podcast with everybody. Is this fake news, Gibby? Is it wrong for me to give fake
hope
news?
to the gods it's real.
I'm
XD's
here
building.
XD, thank God, dude. You probably understand where I'm coming from. I'm sorry I have technical issues. If there's anyone to blame, it's the man who's sitting in front of a green blanket.
Yahweh.
And him too. Or her. Or
I forgot to take this down. Should I take this down? I feel like people are going to put provocative images up behind me now.
Phil the Potato said, is that a
Phil the Potato?
Do you know who Phil?
Oh, I know who Phil is. Phil is a good guy. What up, Phil? That's a good man.
You and your little buddies, dude. You and your little buddies. As you can see, I have no buddies who come here. I beg them to come here.
These are my concubines.
Okay, cool.
Okay, cool. Speaking of concubines, I'm your buddy. You are my buddy. Speaking of concubines, and just general mass viewage in general. What are you doing with your lips there? That was very distracting.
Lip exercises. Exercise. You know them well.
What are you exercising your lips for, my good man?
Okay, I'm looking at my finger. I'm sorry, what?
What are you exercising your lips for? Do you even have an answer?
I'm just tired of life right now. I'm just tired of life. I don't want to be tired of life. You know what I would like to do? If you hear me. Oh, but you were going to say something. Go ahead.
No, what were you going to say? Were you going to completely derail my statement here?
I was, but go ahead, say it, because you're gonna forget, and let's.
Speaking of concubines and mass viewage, you guys seem to like our little Stasis reading, racking up the views as currently our most viewed video on YouTube. Goodness me. You guys seem to like Stasis, man, which we've got some ideas for Stasis, do we not, sir? Which I guess we can talk about in a minute. See, I was going to segue to the real shit, to the meat and potatoes.
Speaking of
Phil the Potato. Like find out perhaps meat and two veg.
How about if Phil was a zucchini and not a potato? How about if Phil was a fucking zucchini? Huh? How about if it said Phil Zucchini or Zucchini?
I don't know. I think these is that really the plural? Is it Zucchini? Or is it one?
Why not?
Why not?
Why not? Why not?
That sounds like fighting words. Hey, Phil, you gonna take that?
No, it's not that. Nah, that's my
boy, Roger. I would love to meet Roger someday, my guy. He's got a friend for every veg.
Roger, dude.
What if
Roger that? Hey, Roger.
Go.
No, please. No, what if?
What if McFuck's friend Roger the Zucchini?
I forgot all about McFuck. How the fuck can we forget about McFuck? Dude, that has to be a...
Can we forget about McFuck?
Oh my god, that was almost like a receding galaxy, dude.
It's like 10 years ago.
You know what I mean? I'm serious. Oh my god, how could I forget? Oh my jeez.
Here, this is what we do, right? McFuck, okay? He's like a John Wick type character who has had ties in a past life that is completely undisclosed with the mafia. And in comes my boy Roger the Zucchini, trying to wrap him up back into his life of crime. And he's just there Fuck? Fuck? No.
Hold on. Wait, buddy. You can't scream with your mic, dude. You just can't. It won't pick it up. If once your volume goes like this over this threshold, we lose you. It goes like this. It basically sounds like this. Ready? It sounds like "Dva- k." That's how it sounds like. "Dva- k." We missed right, but we don't miss this. I'm McFuck.
I wasn't.
And by the way, that
expecting
looks kind of weird, doesn't it? When I do this, when I like right with it, doesn't that look? You thought I was. You think
Now
bad
you're
things,
just
Mr.
putting
Zucchini.
thoughts into my Mr. Zucchini. Mr. Zucchini. Come
Oh
on.
God, this thing was supposed to be about cultural significance. It's turned into cultural pornography. Shame on you, G. Shame on you.
Isn't
No, I'm
that
mad at you.
significant?
You didn't tell people we're going to turn Stasis into an Italian porn flick, did you? Because there are hot Italian, you know what? Schlongs.
Bitches.
Oh, shit. Hold on. I have to say this to the public because the public listens. Now, there is a percentage of that 4 billion that are viewing in that I would like to say not all people on this podcast share the opinion that bitches is a word that's commonly referenced.
And not all of you guys watching are fucking subscribed. Subscribe, it's free. Why not?
That's true.
Why not?
I know.
Why not? Get notified when we're live. Get notified when we post shit. We post stuff every single day to every single social platform. So follow for content, otherwise you're missing out.
Wouldn't it be great if someone out of these 4 billion people, I don't like to think that, like in the world, we wait for somebody who's in a position of, let's say, power to say, oh, yeah, I like you guys. I'm the so-and-so, the chairman of Paramount Films, and I happened to see your podcast, and my God, you guys are funny. You guys have quite the little, I have an idea. Here, let me open the door for you so you can go in and have a life in Hollywood. Fuck that. I say we do our own shit. We have everything in our hands. We control it. We reset the parameters. Fuck it all. I don't want anyone to say yay or nay to me. I want to say yay or nay to me. I want us to say yay or nay. I'm a fuck.
Let's go. I love it. I love it. I love it. We have that guy. We have that guy who, by the way, you know who I'm talking about. I don't want to talk about it right now, but there are some possibilities coming. Some possibilities coming for some collaboration. I spoke to my guy last night. Played on the games with him, and I am expecting a message with a time for us to sit down with him on the phone in the coming days.
You just got a message by Beat, dude. You just got a message. Go ahead, check your messages.
Collaborate with these nuts. Got him. I would love to. I would love to.
And look what Bubbles says. She has to be the cynic, doesn't she? Bubbles always has to be the cynic. Ha 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 ha, Bubbles. Ha 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 ha.
It's okay. We're gonna get haters on this. It's a reality of performing on the internet. We're gonna get some haters. And for us, we have to block out the haters.
I would love to block out Bubbles if she's gonna be a hater. If she's gonna be a hater, if she doesn't change her fucking tune. Hey, check it out. Hold on. Now, hey, guys, I'm going to say something that might cause us to lose this person that Gibby is speaking of. And he's going to have a phone call soon, and this might ruin everything. But fuck it. Fuck it. I'm going to go that route. Ready? Here we go. Should I even say this? I will.
I don't know. What are you going to... You're scaring me now.
I hate Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, it's good.
Am I coming in all fucking, you know what I mean? I promise you. Oh shit, I am coming. Oh, damn. Damn.
Damn, ignore that.
Oh, let's jump right on that. Gee, let's jump right on that shit.
Jump on that shit.
What?
I promise they can take a beating. Let's go. Oh, do I not have the PW command on this account? I need to add that. I need to add that. Are you a mod? Are you a mod on this account? I think you are. No? Are you not? I'm gonna make you mod. I'm gonna make you mod. Keep going with the rhetoric, okay? I'm gonna be a very important businessman right now.
I'm not going to keep going with the rhetoric because that's insinuation is like you're giving it a negative spin, and I don't like that because I'm Mr. Joy. I'm the joy to your division, dude. I'm the joy to your division. Right?
What does that even mean?
Because
what is my division?
Division means you're divisive. You like to divide. You like to divide and conquer. I like to bring things together. I'm like joyous. I'm harmonious. I want to bring shit together. I want us to have the power in our hands. We make the calls. We're the fucking gatekeepers. I don't want anyone to say, "Oh, here's the door. Go ahead. Let's sign you on for a $400 million contract." I'm like, "Oh, excuse me. Did you just say $400 million?" Okay, I'll walk right in. I
was gonna say,
I'm sorry,
$400 million isn't enough for you?
I was a little full of myself. I don't know. I have a thing with hands. I have a thing with hands.
I like your hands. Your hands are great.
Hold on, Bubbles. Ready? I want to say something to Bubbles. Is that okay? This is a personal message to Bubbles. Ready? Here we go. You make me so very angry.
There you go. I appreciate it, B. Thank you. Sloth would sell out for a cookie. I am a sucker for a good cookie. I am a sucker for a cookie.
I got you, boys. I got you, boys.
Wow, impactful.
Dude, you see, you have you have a lot of buddies here at your disposal. While Baze is like in the like yeah.
Dude, they come also a sucker for a potato. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Mr. Potato. I lost my train of thought.
Yeah, you were talking about
concubines, I think is where I left off.
No. We were talking about stasis and like what we were going to do with stasis, and you have somebody potentially who can maybe go help us in that realm. But yeah, let's take it back to that and stop with the rhetoric, dude. Just stop.
Without the rhetoric, what do we have? I'm just a young lad with a fucking gorgeous beard. And your Baze. You're Batman.
I would like somebody right now in this goddamn community to speak up for me and say, "Look, young pup, you're just a young fucking pup. You just stay in your lane."
I don't have a driver's license.
Tick. That's the sound of a clock. I'm waiting for the community to jump in and say, "Look, young pup, stay in your fucking lane."
Guys, if in a divorce, which parent between the two of us are you taking? I like pups. Baze should take a path that is best for his competencies and buy a hammock. I can see you in a hammock with a cigar.
Bubble says I like pups.
I like pups too.
Oh, got it. Oh God. Okay, she likes pups.
She's just a hater, man. Just block it out.
Dad, other dad is being weird. Dad, other dad.
She's talking about us.
What does
We're
that
their
mean?
parents. We're their parents. It's because I asked the question in the divorce, which parent are you taking, me or Baze? And that was her response.
Dad, other dad is being weird. Gotcha. Oh, you mean I'm being weird. You're
I
dad,
don't know.
but I'm the
I
weird
don't
dad.
know. I think I'm Big Papa.
You're big something.
I'm a big creative. That's what I am. Is the divorce the fault of Bubbles' hating? Yes. Yes. Big Sloth Daddy, I've heard him called. You're God's damn right, son. God's damn right.
Remember that song, You're a Man Eater, dude? She's a man eater. Remember that fucking song? Do you know what I'm referencing? She's a man eater.
I know what you're referencing, yes.
That's how I feel about some people. They're man eaters, dude. Man eaters. So Stasis, what happened with Stasis? We got a lot of views. What? Tell the dude that has no
we got a lot of views on
concept.
Stasis. We got a lot of views on Stasis. You guys seem to like Stasis.
Can I say something about that? Can I say something about that?
Please. Please.
I've been writing fucking novels for 16 years. They take forever. Each book easily takes 2 to 3 years.
Right.
Sometimes they don't see the light of day. The book that did get published, I don't know. Let's just say it got in the hands of the most 25 people, if that. And it's been out there. It's gotten great reviews. 25 people. Stasis, we post 1 minute clip. Has gotten 455 views.
Not even. The clip was 46 seconds long.
So maybe I just chuck it
Stasis.
all. I'm gonna chuck it all. I say we go. I come over to Europe. We get our iPhones. We get our mics. And we fucking film that shit in one of those, like, we use some Tarkovsky-like images, some very cool voiceover and some sound effects. We just need two of us. The rest we can like distort, like we could use other people and then distort their faces when they're talking, make it very ominous. A little bit of Edgar Allan Poe, a little bit of David Lynch, and a lot of G and bass, dude. A lot of G and bass, dude.
So this is what I'm thinking.
And
go for it. Finish up.
No, that's it. That's all I have to say.
You the Baze, the man who leaves a lot to be desired, leaves people wanting.
What do you mean?
I just thought there was more, that's all.
Oh no, I'm just being stoic as usual. Dude.
Yeah, you are. No, so what we're thinking, guys, is right. Myself and Baze. I guess we should segue into this first and then backtrack, right? We wanna have some fun with short film. We want to take these skits that we're doing to the next level. Where which has like a world in and of itself, right? Like when we talk about everything that we've spoken about up until now with, you know, the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, getting our work seen and everything. As we are venturing onto this online platform, which is a first for both of us, we're starting to learn what sticks and what doesn't stick, and what's really the key being what's really interesting to us, creatively speaking, and I guess just like fun wise, right? And we're having a lot of fun with the creativity side of this, and just the sheer outreach, right? Like what Baze is saying, or he was joking about with his book compared to this, 46-second clip or whatever. We, as of right now, as of that video, we've been fucking working our asses off trying to hit Oceania. We have fucking secured Oceania under our watch analytics, right? So we are actually reaching every corner of the globe but on Antarctica. And we will, motherfuckers. Mark our words. But we like this online platform, and so we want to explore around with short film, and with that comes as well film festivals, right? Which, I mean, Bees, correct me if I'm wrong as well. I was thinking about this. When it comes to film festivals, I don't even know if you know about this or not. We don't, obviously we would want to if the means, if we can, right? But we don't have to physically be there in person to send our film off to a film festival, do we not?
No, you do not. Absolutely not. No.
Right.
Another idea that I was thinking, the past 2 times we've been doing this, the lighting can also affect the picture you're seeing. It just hit me right now. That's probably could be it. I bet you if there was like different lighting, I think it would be different.
Oh, you're talking about your camera? Oh,
yes,
I was like,
yes.
are you talking about the film right now? I was like, oh,
no, that could be it. That could definitely be it. I'm sure it affects.
I don't know, because you're always there, and when you went downstairs and in your classroom and shit, it was all the same. I don't know.
Okay. Anyway, yes. So look, let me put it based off what you're saying. This is the thing. We've been at this for what, 2 months, 3 months now? Since February, March, April. 3 months.
We did take like a month off now, so it's 2 months.
Okay. 2 months. So we have the website, we have this, we have their, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. And I remember, I think I told you this, a friend of mine about 7-8 years ago when I was trying to, publish books, he told me, and this is a guy from my age, right? And I think he's a forward thinker. And he said, dude, the way forward is online. Everything that's related to the internet, online, virtual. He says books will die, or books are dying. Movies, films, TV will go out. Everything will transfer to online. I'm like, shut up. This is about 10 years. I'm like, you don't know what you're talking about. I guess I could see a little bit of that reality doing this and being a novice at it, that in 2 months, we've reached every continent except for Antarctica.
Fucking Antarctica, man.
We posted videos like from a reading we did last week with shit quality, I might add, because of tech issues, that probably was really crappy quality, but we just, picked 45 seconds of we thought was pretty cool. You sent it out, you posted, and it's nearing 500 views from all over the world. So I guess I think what we're trying to say is, why even go to film festivals when we have a platform and we could do our films and post them and make them available on this platform? And it goes back, and I said jokingly, to keep everything in our own hands. I guess that's where I'm going. Why do we have to go to film festivals when everything and anybody, once we are growing and people, like if one person from Japan happens to see our film on our platform that we post, and we make them available at first for free, or little bits of them, snippets of them. And if they like what they see, and they purchase a film for $2.99, $3.99, $4.99, whatever the hell it is, I don't care. And then they see the film, and they're like, shit, that's pretty fucking cool. They have 100-person, they have 1,000 followers on their Instagram. I just saw this film. Here's a link. Check it out. Boom. 10,000 people. Let's say 50 of those 1,000 watch it. Boom. 50 of those people and all their people they know. Why do we need to go to a fucking festival and go all that? It's just like going to these non-existent publishers, these gatekeepers. Dude, we need to be our own gatekeepers. We need to make everything available and we call the shots. And I think, dude, I think that's what my friend was saying. We don't need to wait for anybody's approval or green light for anything. Well, we can make everything and anything available on our platform. And why can't we be the next Paramount? Why can't we be the next Poet Warrior film production company? That why not? That's the reality. That's what it's going to be. How about we make our own press? What our own press? Why am I? Do you know the hours, dude? The fucking dozens and hundreds of hours I spent going to this agent, that agent, researching that agent, that publisher, that 90% of them don't even say anything back. They're gatekeepers. Who are they to say fucking yeah, I accept your book or not? Fuck yourself. No, man. I'll publish my own book. Thank you. We'll publish our books. We'll publish our stuff. We'll do our films. That's what I mean by having everything in the power in our own. $5,000. Why did he say $5,000?
He'd buy a film if it had bays in it for $5,000.
Let's do it. Let's do it. No, if we do Stasis the way I'm envisioning it, right? In your location or wherever location we do. And also that idea that you and I would travel, not only travel places, but go places and create like a film within a film within a film. So we go to places, live our life at the same place we're creating our work for the work that we do, meeting people, growing this community. Already we're growing a global community. We're not lying. For 2 months, we've hit every continent. And sure, numbers do make a difference in this reality, but we just started. Let's see where we are next year once we start posting film. Now, theater, like Moment Toto, ladies and gentlemen, when we did it, probably at the most 100 people, and that's generous, being generous. We spent hours, weeks rehearsing, practicing, learning lines. Dudes, as an older person, learning lines, it's fucking tough.
Yeah?
It's not like, dude, it's tough. It's tough. Yeah, man. Is he like Marlon Brando got to an age and he's like posting fucking post-it notes on the other actor's body?
I didn't even think about that, to be honest with you. I don't think I've
tough,
ever physically in my life, I've done what? Fucking countless shows already. I don't think I have ever once sat down and learned a script. Not once. I think I have only ever learnt my lines just from doing. And like, you know, come the dress rehearsal after rehearsing for 2 months, I've got them down. Like I've never sat down and learnt lines in my life.
You know, I was like that too.
Yeah.
At your age. No, it makes it, dude, it's your mind. Your mind is just like anything else. Your body, it's not as I don't have the body of a 25-year-old person anymore.
I didn't even think about that.
Same with the mind. Mind is a fucking
right.
It's an organ that, just like all my other organs, my heart, my livers, it's not the same as when I was 25 years old.
Right.
And learning, dude. So I'm saying all that work for 100 people, and how about if we were post our film and 5,000 people see it?
Yeah.
7,000. That's what I'm trying to say. 70,000. 7 million.
Yeah.
Like, so this is the reality of what I'm trying to say to you is, look, I've done theater and write books, and my audience has been very limited with that. With lots of work. Have I achieved mastery? No, but I'm well on my way to mastery of both those crafts because I spent thousands of hours on them. But if only 5 people are going to read my book,
yeah, it's to waste.
And here with a 45-second clip, 500 people in like a week.
Not even overnight.
Overnight. So it makes me rethink things. It makes me completely rethink the possibility of, wait a second, what my friend, the prophecy of what this can represent, right? Like if you and I go to okay, how about if we make a name with film. Why can't we, blow up the fucking Academy Awards, and like for the first time, here we are, this upstart platform out of the blue. Maybe we remember, if we're reimagining, and we are really, you mentioned a word we called shaking up the industry. I personally don't like that phrase because I could give a fuck about whatever industry there is. But if we're, are you okay, buddy?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm just stomach stuck in my throat. I'm fine.
Not that I'm saying anything about that, but this industry that everyone is so enthralled by, captivated by.
We should redefine
if
the
we
industry.
really truly, yeah, right. If that's our goal, then let's do that. Let's blow shit up. Oh, and I hope people don't misconstrue that, and like I get the SWAT team coming in, rappelling down into my
right. No, I think it'd be very cool, man. It'd be very cool. And when we think about it, like with where we're at right now, I do think that we can use film festivals to our advantage. And my point with what I was saying before is like, like that we don't physically have to be there as well. Like there's so much just with where we're at right now, much more accessible than, for example, going to Fringe Festival, right? So it's about what you said, like a voice note a couple of days ago. It's about, I guess, the focus, right? Which I don't think, and what we're saying is like this other shit's not going anywhere, right? Like we want it all, we're hungry for blood, like we want it all, and we want to imagine and reimagine a world and a platform that can facilitate that, right? Theater, literature, movie, film, music, all of it, dance, right? That's what we're after. And it's got to start somewhere, right? And I think as where we're at right now, with where our focus is, our funds are, this kind of stuff, what we're talking about is very, very feasible, very plausible. And so what we're talking about right now is we've got an idea for a short film of Stasis right now, right? That's what we're talking about when we're talking about shooting a film, which Baze would come out here for because it's just the perfect place for it. It just is. And I made a snack a couple of days ago. Go check it out on our YouTube. About using your environment to your advantage and letting one's environment inspire creativity, right? What I've got this perfect space, dude. You have no idea how well it's gonna work. No idea. Maybe I'll go over there and I'll show you. I'll like send a video or something. It would just work so well. Like what we're talking about with you guys were here for the beginning of like, that first half an hour read of Stasis. Two spies in a safe house somewhere preparing for a mission, right? There are these ruined houses that have been abandoned since before World War II. Like when this area that I'm at in Italy, when the Germans just came straight through and just took everyone's house. They like, for example, the house I'm in right now, my grandmother, her siblings, and her mother, literally, like her mother took them under the arm with a fucking donkey and walked to Rome for the war. This house was just abandoned and there were Nazis living in this house for the duration of the war, right? They just came through the valley of like where I'm at. And then there's I'm sure you probably know, Baze, like Monte Cassino, the Battle of Monte Cassino, that's 20 minutes away, so like, all the soldiers, yeah, Monte Cassino is like Casino is half an hour from here, 25 minutes, so I mean, yeah, you come, I'll show you, I'll take you up to, you can, there are rounds in your feet, like you can do the like it's gorgeous area apart from anything else. But yeah, so I mean, they came through this valley, everyone evacuating, including my grandmother, like she remembers it, she was very young when they left, but she more so remembers coming back more. But she remembers it a little bit. But you know, they all just went to Rome. They legged it to Rome for the duration of the war, and the Nazis just settled here. And like all of those that fought in Monte Cassino, you know, the French front, they were all just kind of living in Italian homes here, right? A lot of them got destroyed during the war and were just abandoned. Like they came home to a ruined house, didn't have the money to do it, and so they're just left here, right? There's lots of them. Like even my grandmother told me, I know this is a little bit off track, but it's pretty cool. My grandmother told me this story of, so they came back and they had to completely redo the kitchen because an artillery shell came through the roof and was like, there was a big hole in the ceiling and was just in the ground in the kitchen, and it wasn't blown up. Like it never, you know, it was like a dud shell or whatever. And they came back and there was just a dud shell in the middle of the kitchen, and so they had to like redo that whole side of the house and stuff. So you know, a lot of them got really heavily damaged and just, you know, got left. And so there's this one specifically that I have. It's a little bit inaccessible to get to, right? But doable. It's definitely doable. And so it's in there is a woodland right next to it, which we could do stuff in. There's, you know, like I said, like a big field with nipple high grass, right? Some real cool shit to like work with.
I'm sorry. What height? What? Say that again.
Nipple height grass.
Nipple. Yeah, I'm there.
You're there.
I'm there.
There's this completely abandoned road, which is so almost post-apocalyptic in nature and stuff. And there's this, so it's up the hill, right? And so I don't want to spoil the end of the story, right? I know how it ends. I'm not going to spoil that for
Don't you
guys.
dare.
I'm not going
Don't
to.
you dare.
I'm not going to. But I'm going to say this to you in a way that only you would understand. There can be a very, very, very cinematic, very cool tweak to that ending where it still happens, but in a different way, right? Like it still happens in a slightly different way. Right next to this house, which is this very clearly fucking haunted place. Like it's terrifying. Like you know, it would work beautifully for what we're doing, but I'm kind of terrified to go and like film in there like every day. It would be so scary. Gorgeous house though. Wow. Right next to it. So it's on this field with all the things. There's woodland right next to it. There's this road that goes past it and a bridge into a very, very cinematic ravine that we can use in that ending, I think would be very cool. And like you'll see, I know that doesn't really mean anything, but when you see it, I know you're gonna be like, oh, okay, shit. You know, like it would be perfect. There is some really cool stuff we can do. There really, really is in this location. And it fits
There's
the
a
vibe
film.
perfectly.
Sorry, you were saying. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, that was it. I'm just saying it fits completely perfectly. You know, at the end of the day, there is the legality that I need to look into, right? Because all of these places are still owned by somebody, you know, but like they're abandoned, like they haven't been, you know, they're ruins and they have been for 100 years, you know. I know at the very least I've shown you the one across the street, if not this one that I'm thinking about. We know the people that own the one across the street from me, and we can have permission absolutely to film in there. But yeah, go
on. I was thinking about the legality of filming and how, look, if you keep something at a minimum, which we will, and we will do very, how should I say, it's kind of guerrilla style filmmaking because our how should I say this? Whatever we need, we will be moving quickly. not quickly like in a rush, but like almost like guerrilla warfare where you just go in, do the shot. You don't spend 3 weeks on one shot. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Yeah.
and imagine this. Imagine for a second. We do all this under the guise of a $500 budget. 1,000 at the most. You know, for costumes, for this, for that, for effects. Maybe,
I don't
I'll
even
get
think
into
we
that
need
later.
that.
And it was right.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine for a second if we then, edit this film to what we want. We share it via whatever, here, there, festival, whatever. Let's say this thing does blow up into something that's beyond our because the story itself, dude, lends itself, right?
I think so.
To some kind, right? Or it's more digestible for the common I shouldn't even say it like that, but the common viewer than like something like Momotaro, which is like beyond, right?
Yes.
Like it's like too like okay.
It appeals to more people.
With that being said, it will. So, with that being said, imagine if we have barely a nothing budget and this thing grosses $30 million. Let's just say that will be a model. There will be, if we then are always talking about a renaissance and shaking shit up, you better fucking believe if that thing happens, do you know what kind of movement that will start? Do you know what kind of fucking movement? And not only a movement for others, I'm talking about movement for us. Now, I am thinking about not just the legality, because, dude, sometimes when you're filming, people say, oh, you can't film here. Or, like, you go in a shop, and let's say we see a fucking corner of a shop, and we're like, oh, we could film that fucking scene there. And we get away without going through, I don't want to go through the hassle of, hello, sir, we're so-and-so.
The answer is yes.
No.
Let me say this, right? When we're, not to derail what you're saying and stuff, right? That is not a worry in Europe. Like when we talk about, and I'm not going to get too into it, and again, I'm just going to say enough so you know what I'm talking about. When we talk about the differences between here and America, and like encouraging you to come out here with like-minded creative individuals, all of this kind of stuff, sure, if you did that in America, people be like, why are you filming my shop? Why are you here? Why, am I getting paid for this? I need to sign something, this and that. No. Not to mention, my family's kind of like famous here. Like Capaldis have lived here, and we're specifically my nonna's side, so they're the Panettes, is her maiden name, have lived here since there was a village here in this valley. They came down from San Gionato, which is up the hill, and which is where the Capaldi name comes from. It's those who come down from the high, like the top of the hill, and settled here. Like, we've been around since there was a village here, so like everybody knows us. Everyone's friends. Very small town. There's 2 pubs in the village right here. There's like a British style pub where we go, we know them, they love us, we smile, we chat, and then even more so, there's like a cafe type place, which would definitely, be more what you're talking about, who's owned by these people we love. We love, all it takes is, hey, we're gonna film something really quickly, like, is that okay? Of course, like, why are you even asking? And that's it. They'll probably be like, oh, can we come and cameo in or something? Like, can we serve you something whilst it's happening? It's just not the same here. It's just not, no, we don't have to worry about any of that. None of it.
And yeah, well, yes, I understand. So I guess what I'm saying anyway is like, it's a certain type of filmmaking, and I've been thinking a lot more because of our recent talks. I really have checked out of watching films anymore, except things that I really love. And luckily, and I'm talking about recent ones, and it's very rare to find a recent film or TV series. Maybe I'm not into it because I think I'm more into the doing and the creating myself of things. Maybe that's another thing. I've seen years of this, right?
Yeah.
But me go back to some of my favorites, and one of my favorites that I want to do a snack on is Andrei Tarkovsky, the Russian filmmaker,
Mm-hmm.
who I believe captured poetry on film. And he really is a very unique artist and filmmaker. Unlike any other films, his films are very slow. Yet he did a film called Nostalgia. And he filmed that one in Italy. I don't know where in Italy, but it was filmed in Italy. And dude, the images, man, these are the images that are running through my mind when I think about what we can do. But those images, you think of that they're naturally created. No, they're not naturally created. They're created maybe with like a mist, like, smoke machine,
Right.
but it's set just like a photograph, a beautiful photograph that you capture in a moment of time with the right color, texture, background. But
Mm-hmm.
he has to. It's the artifice. He creates the picture, right,
Right.
with maybe just like a smoke machine that you turn on for 10 minutes and there's this lingering fucking haze which looks like mist. There's the the naked trees there in the background, and you see that dog that kind of passes through the
Mm-hmm.
very simple, dude. These images that will be mixed in, that the ideas that I'm starting to have with what we're talking about. I've never done, look, the another thing is I've tackled film in my classes, my 7th and 8th grade classes, dude. Where these kids, there's a director, a cinematographer, actors, they write the script. They actually create a script from scratch, from a blank, from a fucking, excuse me, blank page, right? And then they create it. And then they do these filming, and then the kids love this shit, dude. And they film, they edit it. They have all the apps, the this, the CapCut, the
Mm.
fucking iMovie train. They love it. And I see how not easy it is, but yeah, on one hand, very easy, very different. You and I will be in a different medium now,
Mm-hmm.
which I've really never dove into, but I have this year. I'm getting a better understanding teaching it
Yeah.
with these kids and seeing it and thinking, oh, hey, yeah. At first we did it on iPads. Now we're doing on iPhones because the quality is better on the iPhones. These
Yeah.
iPads
Yeah.
we use were kind of were newer, like, and I'm looking at them, when they transfer it and send it to me with, some editing and some cutting. And I'm like, fuck, man, it sounds good. I got mics like you have right on.
Yeah.
The sound, the editing, the the
Yeah.
filtering, the
I mean,
sound.
when you think about it as well, I mean, like, completely understand what you're saying and stuff. Like, ours is just going to be better as well. Like that's
Yeah,
more so
yeah,
than just
right.
obviously we're professionals and stuff. But I mean, like for example, what we would do is everything you just said, but on steroids. Like I have my
Right.
editing software in my console here that I've been learning for the past year. And, like I would spend, you come here in summer, whatever, we film this, I would spend the next 6 months editing it. I pay like $300-$400 for my editing software. Like it's proper professional shit, like, and, we have the means to that, and actually what's even cooler is, so our stuff is finally coming. My stuff, like my shipping container from America, we're having it delivered on the 9th. So we're finally gonna have my shit, my clothes, my furniture, all this kind of stuff. And I know for a fact I have cameras, like actual cameras. So I mean,
Okay.
my dad and my sister really liked photography and shit. And I don't know if my dad still has one, but I know my sister does, like a proper, like $600 Canon. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
it's somewhere. But in that stuff. So I mean, we would
Be
have a proper camera. I would have proper editing software. Like it would be the same type shit, right? Like just us with the camera, like filming and stuff. But it would be a lot more professional.
Pete said, "I wish someone would film my edits." Does he do film as well, or he's talking about something else?
He means he wants to pose for fan-made edits of him. That's what he's talking about. And we can make that happen
He's like
as
a center.
Poet Warriors.
Like you mean like a centerfold? Like
Yes.
him,
Like he
him
wants to
spread
have
eagle.
a fold out center page of Playboy magazine is what he wants. Very in depth.
Beat said, I'm very endowed with what? Like he has backers with money? Is that what he's talking about?
He says with my ass. Beat's a jokester, man.
Someone. I take him very seriously, G. What Beat says, I take him at face value.
You should. Edits
so
are
when
fun
he says
to
I'm
do.
very
yes,
endowed,
yes. I'm reading chat. I'm reading chat. See, you always like this. But you fucking come in like a minute after I start talking. I don't start talking whilst you're talking. I talk in silence. And then here you come in, you know? You know what? Screens. Screens. I'm done.
No, you are getting all fucking bent out of shape, all emotional. Dude, you went on a 15-minute fucking like soliloquy and shit. Take it or leave it, Bubble says. Hear me out. Hear me out, me with the iPod Touch and a Vision. Damn, Bubbles.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Take it or leave it.
No, I'm not. I'm not gonna work with Bubbles because I'm very angry with her. Thank you for not interrupting me, G.
I try. I try.
XD said edits are fun to do. I agree. I think editing is very fun, dude. I think that's the most fun aspect of it after you get all the material. And then you can say, oh shit, this is not working. We got to go back to the drawing board.
Yeah.
And that's what I say every day with this guy. Oh shit, this is not working. We got to go back to
the bone. You guys have no idea. To the Sergio Hueso. He works me to the bone. No, but for real though. I mean, it would be good.
Go ahead.
Please, I'm going to segue, so you stay relevant.
No, please, God. When you say segue, what are we talking about? Are we talking about a 10-minute segue, a 40-minute segue?
Segueing back into the Italian pornography you were talking about at the start.
Don't I look kind of like an Italian, like pornographic? Don't I kind of have that look?
You do. Honestly, if you showed up in Italy speaking the most beautiful Italian, people could, you could pass. Absolutely. Like, you would definitely have some kind of different, you know, hereditary family line. But like, if you told me that your grandfather settled in Italy or something and you were born and raised here, like, I'd believe it.
You know what my name, my Italian name would be?
What would your Italian name be, buddy?
Luigi Zucchini.
Not Luigi the Zucchini?
Luigi Long Zucchini. Long Zucchini.
I like that. I like that. That's a title. That's a title.
Luigi Long Zucchini.
Long Zucchini.
Ladies and gentlemen, next week, since I better segue before this mofo does, because you know how he is. If he segues, you and all of us are going to be sitting here going like this.
Well, mine was a segue on topic, though. Before we go into next week, I was going to say, if you came and we did the movie and shit, you know.
Yes,
you would be, you would come, you know, we would come back from out there. You would come here and you would sit with me. No, legit, you sit with me editing. You know, I could show you what to do. I could, you know, you could see the process, which would add a whole other level of understanding and depth to, as well, the creativity behind ideas like this, right? Because like you would know what would be possible and shit, and you could also take it away yourself, you know. And like I've also, before we get into next week, I have another idea for a short film as well. That would work very, very well, which, you know, we could absolutely...
Dude, get... For the love of God, I'll send you some antacid. I will fucking send you right now. Carrier pigeon. Carrier pigeon. I will send you some antacid.
I will wait 6 to 8 months for that pigeon to get here.
No, you know what I'm going to send? It's one of those they're called Comcorant. I don't know if I'm saying this. Do you know the bird, the Comcorant?
No. Shall I look this up? Shall I look it up?
Yeah. They cover vast distances, dude. Comcorant. Comcorant. It's like an ocean bird. And they cover vast distances.
Cormorant.
I'll send you one of them. And
Cormorant.
There you go, cormorant.
Here you guys go. This is a cormorant. And you know, I like it because they have large wingspan. And you know me, I'm always aspiring to have bigger arms.
Yeah, I just wanted to rub it in. So, ladies and gentlemen,
I was saying something.
Oh, go ahead.
You segued away again. Maybe I'll just leave it there. Maybe I'll walk away. Have a cigar.
You know, people might get tired of our bickering. We bicker way too much.
Let's be honest. If we didn't bicker, would you guys even fucking watch us? Is our relationship the only thing we have going on for us, guys? Do you only watch us for our relationship? Because let's be honest. We pull content out of our ass, like I said at the beginning. Who knows if it's good? All we've got is you and me and you. Mama tada tada mama. That's what we've got. That's all we've got. And so we monopolize that.
Can I ask you a favor, though? This is out in a public forum. I watch because I get lost.
Yes.
XD with the great one-liners,
I'll
dude.
stroke
XD
mine
with the freaking one-liners.
whilst you say what you're going to say. I'll stroke mine. Go for it.
Dude, I just wish, and take this to heart, this is a serious thing. And this is not a criticism, okay? Don't take this as a criticism. I just wish to God, even though I don't believe I'm a drunk and a pothead, and you want this drunken pothead as your partner? Dude, I'm a drunk and a fucking pothead, dude. I'm not just a drunk.
The fuck do you think I am?
Drunk and Anyway.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
I wish you weren't so sensitive all the time. You're so sensitive.
I guess I'm ladylike in that way. One of us has to have the soft, moisturized knuckles, and I know it ain't you.
Oh, dude!
I know you got the roughest of knuckles.
Why, they scrape on the ground like a fucking gorilla? Is that why? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're insinuating?
Yes.
Dude, okay, but yeah, I love you for it, dude. I love your sensitivity. No bullshit. This is real talk. This is finally after an hour and a half, we're finally getting to real talk.
Do we have to?
Dude, I love you for your... Yeah, I love you for your sensitivity, but god damn it drives me fucking crazy, dude. It drives me crazy.
Like in a good way?
Maybe.
Only time will tell. Only time will tell. Either we're going to be very successful in this venture, or we're both going to end up in a loony bin. There's no two ways about it.
Where we could shoot our masterpieces.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
That's going to be our masterpiece period. Shit like that happens always, dude. Mm-hmm. You think, we failed, right? Mm-hmm. Society thinks we failed. But in the loony bin, my friend, that's where the masterpieces come out. We pass, right? We die, we pass. Mm-hmm. No one thinks the fucking bats an eyelash. They open the fucking closet. They see the canisters of film, right? One person says, "Oh, let's see what this is. Let's show it to the loonies, for a Friday night popcorn session." And they're like, "Holy fucking God. This shit is the greatest film I've ever seen in my life."
Dang.
They have like 10.
And then they let us out.
Then of course, no, we're dead. We're dead and buried. We're underground. Yeah, that's how this shit works out.
Yeah. We'll be appreciated in the grave.
Always works out.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Most artists are, dude. Right?
Right. True.
Let's
true.
Let's not go through the list because it's a long fucking list.
Yeah,
dude.
very true.
But no,
very true.
You and I are rocking the Casbah, motherfucker. We're gonna rock the Casbah.
The what?
Okay.
What is
Hey,
this?
and by the way,
what is that?
the Casbah. Rock the Casbah. Rock the Casbah. Sharif, don't like it. Dun, dun, you know, the Clash. Rock the Casbah.
Okay, yeah, got it.
Maybe we should play it for. Does anyone know what I'm referencing? Rock the Casbah.
Yeah, everyone knows that song.
Okay, beautiful. Oh shit!
Beautiful.
No wonder it's hot. The door slammed. Hey, segue into next week, please.
Yes. Let me say what I was going to say quickly, and we segue into next week because I still haven't said it yet.
Jesus.
I have this other idea, right, as well, which we can easily tackle at the same time as Stasis, right? And you know what the horror thing, right? Which also would work very well here, right? And it's it's part of the whole, and it's part of using, again, like we were talking about at this moment in time, using what we have to our advantage. And what we have right now is one, this awesome place that I'm at right now, which just is so creatively inspiring. I wouldn't even be surprised if you came here, we had these two things that we were doing, and you came up with a third idea that we also did, or something, right? Just having here, which comes to the division of it all, right? The devising aspect, which I'll get into in a second, which we talked about last week. Go back to YouTube and watch it if you missed last week's episode. It's uploaded there. I have this really cool idea for this very kind of, I know my English people will be familiar with Edgar Allan Poe. You study Edgar Allan Poe in school. I'm sure you do in America. Wherever you are, I'm pretty sure everybody knows who Edgar Allan Poe is from English classes in school. Awesome writer, known for his short stories. I love his short stories. He's one of the only authors, I'm not that big of a, I don't read that much. I love Edgar Allan Poe, though. I love short stories from Edgar Allan Poe. And I have this very, very cool idea for this very Edgar Allan Poe-esque short horror story, which would absolutely, thanks to Baze's idea, I passed this idea on to him, and he said we should do it as a film, which I think it would absolutely work better as a film right here. And it's a working title and stuff, but I'm calling it Watcher of the Basin in the Valley, where there's this as a lot of you guys know, I live in this gorgeous valley basin with mountains and hills all around me. And at nighttime, it's actually a very eerie place, because you can kind of, in the darkness of the night, you can see. Where's that antacid? Have you sent the pigeon? I need it. You can see the hills in the darkness, right? You can't see them, but you can see that there's something there, and you can't see past them. So I've got this idea about this kind of mythological creature, and it would work because I know that there's all these kind of, really old, Italians around that would love to help out. And there's this one lady who's kind of like our neighbor. Her name's Poopa. She's lovely. I know that if we go to it, it could be a very kind of we could tell the lore through passerbyers in pub, if you know what I mean, or all of my neighbors. We could go up to them and just say hey, I'm going to ask you about this, if you could shed some lore on it, and just say, oh yeah, there's this thing that watches us, and all this kind of stuff. And yeah, just a really cool idea that we can tackle whilst also doing Stasis, and probably even, yes, some kind of third idea that we fully devise from the start. Why not? Why not?
Yeah, why can't we do 5 things at once? Problem.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's the
go
thing.
for it.
If you're going to come, if like that's something that's going to happen, we're going to use that. Like there's going to be so much content that we make for, even like aside from the skits on Poet Warriors, right? Like interview style podcasts, or like, podcasts in the same thing, short films. There's going to be so much content coming from that. But when I'm talking like short film, there's those two ideas, and then like we talked about last week, about what is the Poet Warrior technique, what is this style that we want to preach, right? What can be unique about our technique and stuff. And we were talking about this total creation through doing, right? And like this totally devised piece, this division amongst comrades to get a piece from the ground up to, all the way through completion. That is also something that we could do as a third short film that we just come up with whilst we're here and stuff, and we devise as we're doing from the ground up. Likewise, as well as filming that, having a separate camera documenting the process of filming that, which, like there's so much to be done. So much to be done. So, I mean, my point is the possibilities are endless. You guys are going to get some very, very cool content from us coming very soon. These are all in the works. These are all very, very plausible. And as we are segueing into next week, and currently this week, last week, we started our expansion into literature. The theatre side of things, the film, the acting, the creation side isn't going anywhere, and it's going to become more relevant, if anything, and you guys are going to get very, very cool content. So stick around, subscribe if you haven't already, tell your friends, please. It's all free to do. It's all free to do, and you guys could change our lives by doing it. So please. So as of next week, we have a special guest coming onto our podcast, already booked. Our next guest, who Baze knows.
Yeah. Our next guest, her name is Miss Jessica Bonder, Bonder. She's a terrific writer. She's also an editor. She edited my last 2 manuscripts, and she's wonderful. She's smart. She's published. Her short stories, her novella. I read her last book. It's called, oh gosh, I can't remember. It's Broke Witch. Broke Witch, and it's available. You could go on Amazon. Anyway, she's going to be a guest, our first kind of like literary artist, and it's exciting because I know her. I know her work. She's fabulous. She's going to be terrific, and I can't wait to have her on this podcast at this time next Sunday. So tune in, tell people,
yeah.
because we're starting to evolve. I think that's a good way to maybe. Yes. It might seem, in some ways like this slow evolving process, but like when we share these things like these, like we do these, we post these videos during the week, these snacks or these shorts. And let me tell you, they're surprising to me, the amount of views we get on like book capsule reviews, play capsule reviews, thoughts on acting, thoughts on using environment, stasis, a part of a stasis reading, and they're getting views, folks. I mean, I am surprised. I am completely, beautifully, wonderfully surprised. We owe it to you. Please subscribe. Please tell folks that we are here. I love the fact that we are going to start documenting our work and our stories on film, on video, whatever you want to call it, and making those available at the touch of a button to you and everybody, because I think that's just the way forward. I think that's the natural process at work here that Gibby and I are discovering. Not to say we're abandoning anything else. We're not. We're not abandoning anything else. But I am personally very curious and excited about that prospect of doing things like that. Very, very, very excited.
It's gonna be cool.
And making it available, giving access to people to see our work, posting it on our site on YouTube, and having people, anybody, be able to access it. I mean, what power? Gee, what power that is, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Our artistry like being shared by someone in Siberia to fucking the tip of Argentina.
Yeah. Which we're already getting.
Right. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's very, very cool.
Yep.
It's very cool.
Very cool. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. No, so I mean, yeah, stick with us, guys. We're, you know, like you said, we're evolving. It's a very good way of putting it. You know, you guys have come in at a very cool, very unique time as we're starting this thing, and we're evolving. And you know, like we said from the beginning, we don't really like. We have an idea, we have a plan, we have a trajectory, we know where we want to go, but we don't really know what this is going to become one day. At the end of it, you know, you guys are very much so going to help shape a platform that you guys will want to have, right? Like it's going to become what you guys want it to become, and you guys help facilitate it become. So tell your friends, support, it's free, do everything, right? You know? And so when we're talking about literature, right? We're already going down avenues that we didn't even expect, right? You know, myself and the Bays, Bays has already written. How many novels are you deep now? 2, 3, 3, 4?
I have written 3. 2 of them are novels. One of them is a novel in verse, which is like a hybrid mix of free verse and it's told in free verse.
Told
so
me
it is
about
a novel.
that sounds really cool. What's that one?
Hold on one second. And then I'm working on a 4th right now and have been for the past 1.5 2 years, which is a very, very interesting, I hate to call it this, but some people will call it a historical novel. I just think it's a novel that's based in a time here in San Francisco, 1850 San Francisco, which was a very interesting, different, crazy time that really mirrors our own society right now, our very violent, crazy, theatrical, dramatic, you know, divided society. And this was happening in San Francisco back in the 18th. I like the founding of San Francisco. So, and yeah, the one it was my first novel, which was a novel, and it was called Everything and All. And you know, of course, I sent it out. This is my first book; took years to write, and then I kind of went back to the drawing board after I wrote Expectation of Plenty because I started learning how to write a novel. So my first one, you know, that one that was called Everything and All, I took it after Expectation of Plenty, and I said, because there's this book or a couple of books that I read, and they were in free verse, you know, like a novel in verse, it's called. And I said, oh, let me try to make, and so I totally reimagined it. I reimagined the story. I kind of gave the characters new names, a lot of mythology. I thought a lot of Greek drama. I was reading a lot of Greek tragedy at the time. And so I wanted to give it that flavor. And Jessica worked on it. She could tell you. I think she would, to get an insight from her, an outside source on my work.
That would be cool. Let's talk about it next week. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think she can give you more insight than me, which my insight is very, very is not objective because I'm the person who wrote it, who in the headspace of it, where she actually, you know, from an objective place, took it, reworked it, you know, as an editor, and her work is really made my work. You know, she's really kind of, how should I say, shaved it down to its essence and made it stronger. So that's what a good editor does, and that's why I want you to have. That's why I want to have her on because it works. I mean, it's a collaboration, so
Right.
in life, here you are as a writer, and for many years you're solo and blah blah blah, but here I found Jessica, and luckily our vibe, our aesthetic, I think that's very important.
Yes.
They kind of connect, and not kind of, they connect, and as a result I see it in my work after she works on it. I think I'm not going to speak for her, but I think she definitely is thinks of my work highly, and I think, and she'll hopefully say that and communicate that, and I see it in the work she does too, in the work she puts into my work. I
Right.
can tell she thinks of it highly. And I really want to talk to her. I can't wait to talk to her about what she thinks about the market,
Yeah.
what we call the industry, the publishing industry, get her insights.
Which is
Why not?
why I brought
And
this up. Which is why I brought this up. Like, yeah,
yeah,
I'm as a new writer myself. I'm working on my very first book. I've never written anything. I've written plays. I've written one acts. I've never written a book before. I'm very, very interested and looking forward to getting the opportunity myself to ask a couple of questions about an industry that I just know nothing about. I've asked you a couple of things. I've looked for insight with you as someone who's dealt with the industry, has done the path. I know nothing about it. I'm still figuring out the basics of how to even write a book. Like, I've never done anything like this. It's a very, very intimidating world, very much like any how to even go about what we're doing. Like, if I was a freshie, a newbie, I could never do what we're doing now with Poet Warriors, never in a million years. Even if I had 5 years under my belt, I think this would be difficult. Like, this is obviously a very creative worlds of very, very, I guess, competitive and very difficult to get the politics around it. I think is a very important aspect of it for kind of their industry, separating what we're trying to do from that bureaucracy, if that makes sense. But I'm very much
yeah.
looking
I mean,
forward
look,
to asking questions.
and she's wonderful. We're gonna
Mhm.
have a wonderful look. I'm excited to really, I really am excited
Yeah.
to have her. I mean, it's outside our. I mean, it's my circle because I know her, but it's not like she's Sergio, right? I mean, it's outside our. Here we're bringing in someone that, but look, I mean, you're talking what you just said. You're talking about gatekeepers, and the world
Right.
and the industries and all walks of life have gatekeepers. I'm saying if we really want to blow shit up, and you're talking about having a particular specific aesthetic, right? Any person, if you're a fucking entrepreneur, if you're a writer, if you're a sculptor, whatever you are, even a designer of fucking video games, you have an aesthetic. And so if we have an aesthetic and we plan with that aesthetic to blow up the existing structures that have gatekeeper, who the fuck are these people? Because if it's all commerce, commercial packaging anyway, do we really belong in that? No. So the
No.
only way to fucking blow that up is create our own gatekeeping.
Yeah.
That's the
Which
only way.
is where Poet Warrior
We
Press is coming in, which is why we brought this up in
right
the first place.
where we create our own access to our material, not based on so and so saying yes or no. Fuck that. I've had enough of that. I'm done with, oh, I'm waiting on you and you might never even answer me. Oh, you are going to judge my aesthetic? Oh, fuck this. Fuck that, dude. No, no, no. Think about it. That most people are in a quiet sense of desperation to live that. Like, go on Twitter, go on fucking all Reddit, go on, look at all the actors,
Yeah.
dancers,
Yeah.
waiting for this opportunity by this so and so and so. Get me the fuck out of here, dude. Let's create our own. Let's give access
Create
to
our
our
own
work to
fate.
anybody who wants. There you go. That's the only way, dude. Fuck all this. I'm not waiting anymore for nothing. Just this, like, oh God, please, I'm
Yeah.
waiting here quietly in my little hollow shell. Fuck that.
There you go. Maybe
No,
that's
no.
another
Let's
one of
end with
those one of those lines right there, right? Poet warriors, create your own fate.
Yeah,
I like that. I
yeah,
believe in that shit. I believe in fate. And I believe in creating your own
yeah.
fate.
We have to.
Have
We have
to.
to. No one else will. And
Yeah.
who are these other people, dude? Who are
Yeah,
they?
who
I
gives
mean,
you the
really?
right? And I mean, at the end of the day, right? I mean, it's like I mean, from what you've told me and from what I understand, it's very much the same kind of thing as, for example, applying to a job, right? They've got two piles. They read the cover letter. They don't even read your shit. You're in the no pile, you know, and they've got a pile of like maybe 3 maybes, you know, and they're not even reading your shit. They're just putting you like, you know, they read your name, they read your blurb, whatever the thing, don't even give it a chance into the nose, you know, like, no, which is where Poet Warrior Press needs to come in. We're talking about, you know, like I said, Baze is, yeah, four novels deep, right? Like writing these books or whatever. I'm writing my first one. You guys will be able to, right? Like you guys know we're working on a lot with our website, with the platform itself, right? You guys are getting all of this video content. It's coming. You're getting the short films. You guys are going to be getting audio content to be able to download to your devices very soon. You guys are going to be able to go onto our website, and we are planning on having our own publishing agency within Poet Warriors called PWP, Poet Warrior Press, which is a working title. That's probably what we're thinking right now, where we're going to be posting and self-publishing through our platform our own works, books, even plays, one acts, right? It's all going to be their audio books, all of this kind of thing. And hopefully as well, we'll also be posting like-minded individuals down the line as well, you know, like who align with what we're going for, align with this rhetoric of, you know, let's establish a new supportive industry and reimagine the way that the world works to accept this art, this content that is so hard to get out there, you know, ultimately encapsulating this big, you know, thing that we're trying to, this entity that we're trying to create as a platform that encapsulates everything with the arts. You know, we started with the theater. We have our theater classes that have been going on now. They're starting to pick up. We've got another large influx coming in the next couple of weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. Classes are happening, guys. If you guys want to come to these classes, it's all on our website. If you guys know people, whether maybe it might not be your thing, if you guys know people whose thing it might be, or may not be interested, please spread the word. Or maybe your friends know people. Please spread the word. These classes are happening. They're cool. We're having fun doing them, right? I've been making content on it. You guys are going to see some of what goes on in there. It's going to be very, very cool. We've got the classes, we've done the theatre, incoming is the short films, right? We're diving into literature, we're getting on this editor next week, right? Here comes Poet Warrior Press, a publishing agency within Poet Warriors. Here's the audio side of things with iTunes, Spotify on your smart devices, right? Next up, in comes the music, right? Where you guys will be able to download music from the Poet Warriors onto your phone, right? There's this very cool, very, very cool song from Sergio, who's probably going to be one of the headliners. We've got a guy named Andrew, which I was going to say to you, Baze, he's really interested in doing some stuff with us, right? Music wise. I mean, you know, he's a musical genius, dude. He's like the fucking, like literally, I know you guys are going to go, wow, why are you comparing it to him? But he is literally like a fucking Mozart in the 21st century. Like Andrew is just, his mind is so impressive. Everything music. He's coming in. We've got your buddy, your neighbor, or whoever, right? You know, music will be the next frontier that we tackle, where you guys are going to be able to get music to your phones, right? Podcasts centered around music, music creation classes, maybe. You know, the sky's the limit, guys. It's all coming. And then we'll probably, you know, we've got those 3 avenues that we'll focus on for a while, and then we tackle the next thing. Like this is gonna be huge, guys.
All these albums, I'm gonna be releasing snacks. These are kind of we're gonna title them Desert Island 10. I listen to vinyl, especially classical music, and I'm gonna go through each and every one of these with a snack, kind of tell you about. There's I have favorites, favorite recordings, and I listen to most of my music via like these wonder. I love these vinyls because if you look at the vinyl, look at the artwork.
Vinyls are the only
like,
way to go. They're the only way to go.
And dude, the music, the sound. Look how beautiful some of these. Like, look at this one, for example. Look at how cool the artwork is. Right? Look at it. Look how cool that is.
It's
it's
loading in.
So,
you're all pixely. You got to hold it there for a second.
Oh, it's so funny. You know why? Gee, on my thing, like as I'm looking at myself in the big screen, it doesn't come pixely at all. It looks perfect.
Okay, that's interesting.
Really. It's a Discord thing, dude, because right now as I'm looking at myself, there's no lagging, there's nothing at all. It comes in crystal clear 24/7.
That's interesting.
I'm telling you, it's a Discord thing.
We're gonna try a couple things.
Because
we'll try a couple things.
Yeah, I've been seeing myself on the big screen here for the past hour just to see. Crystal clear, no lagging, nothing. From this laptop
we'll
to
try
me
a
right
couple
here
things. We'll try a couple things. I just don't understand. It's been perfect up until now. We'll try a couple things. But yeah, the point is, guys, I think shit's coming. Shit's coming, and we're gonna take the Poet Warriors are gonna take the world, the industry by storm. By storm, guys. We're gonna redefine a lot, I think, and I think be trendsetters. Set up this world of cultural exchange, artistic exchange that we're after, right? And creating a platform that can support that. It's all coming, guys. It's all coming. Like, we have done the legwork, we've done the groundwork. Now's the time to start expanding, and we are doing the legwork for literature. Next up's coming the legwork for music, and then where we go from there is, anyone's guess, art, dance, physical creatives like crocheting, right? Like shit like that. Like this is going to be an artistic platform of every art. It's going to be cool. It's going to be cool, and I'm looking forward to it. And I think that we genuinely, as Poet Warriors, can change the world and inspire. I like those eyebrows.
This was not possible. This was not possible without this platform that anyone could access, online, virtual. Now people have the power in their own hands to have to create and to give people access to those creations. Before, you would have to go through gatekeepers. I'm having my own epiphanies about all this, as you can see and hear today. I'm having some epiphanies in my life about this, where we need to rid the world of gatekeepers and give people full. And that was the whole nature of, right? Whoever designed the internet in the first place, wasn't that the goal?
Yeah.
To give people access without gatekeeping to stuff like this.
Absolutely.
So we don't have to go through channel A or wait for the big break it's like winning the lottery, to be honest with you. Like winning the lottery is the big break.
Yep.
Why? Why, when you have people who definitely not just have something to say, but who have an aesthetic, who have passion, why are they all of a sudden they give up? I've tried for 10 years and I'm going to go be an accountant now.
Yeah.
That's sad. No. Here's our access. We create this platform, we give you access to it. Let's go. We've already been doing that. It's been reaching all continents except for Antarctica. Gibby and I are going to fuck you, Italy. We're going to go up to Antarctica.
Yeah.
We're going to plant our flag in Antarctica. And bitches, we've conquered the world. With that, I think it's a time to say happy Sunday. Peace the fuck out. Subscribe. Bring people in. Let's get this bitch going.
Antarctica Watch out.
Tasty.